Hello everybody, my name is Bryan and welcome back to another episode of Anything's Possible. Today we have something unique. I guess a simple way to say it is we are building a door for somebody. It is a shed door, so it doesn't need to be like insulated or sealed very well, but it does need to be moderately fancy. So I have a few plans. I've done this before. Here's what it's gonna kind of look like. Ignore the lines going past, but the big lines in here and in here, here, and here are 2x4s, or at what this is, and that's going to be the frame. I'll miter it like this in these corners like that, and then to go over the whole thing to sheet it, we're not going to use any like cross bucks or braces. We're just going to use a sheet of plywood, or actually I call it smart side. It's 3/8 plywood with like a vinyl veneer over it. And like a wood grain texture. I'll show you, it's kind of cool. But it looks good, it's fancy, and it I should add, let me add up. There is a piece of 2x4 that goes in the middle too. There. My fancy drawing. Piece of 2x4 that goes in the middle too. Very important. And then yeah, the sheeting just goes over the whole thing, and then these little lines is a piece of primed pine that we're gonna rip down to like actually about that size. There's a scrap piece I've got laying around here. I was beaten with it, but it's primed. As you can see, the primed coating is like flaking off, and it's just like pine or some. It's not MDF, but I think it's pine. And we're gonna rip it down to about this size and put it like around the 2x4 like that, because the frame is gonna be like that, you know, and then another 2x4 is gonna come down here, and then it's gonna be mitered here, and then another one goes down, and this will go around the frame to finish the edges of the door. And then I'm gonna put like a 1x4 that's the same stuff on the face to go over the sheeting a little bit. 1x4 will be the same width as this. It'll look pretty good when we're done, hopefully. It won't be finished when we're done because that's not my problem. I'm not spackling it, or I'll caulk it, but I'm not spackling it or painting it. So that's not really my problem. I'm just building the door, putting the hinges on it, and shipping it away. So here's some numbers I have crunched. Don't look at any of them, they're intelligible. Here's some more numbers I have crunched. A little bit more intelligible this time, until we finally get to our final door width. There's actually 2 doors for this, but we're not focusing on the other one right now, we're only doing one. So the opening is 83 7 by 49 3/4. So we break it down into a whole bunch of numbers. We have to allow for wiggle room, which is usually 1/4 inch, and then the jambs, which are going to be 3/4, and then margin for the door, which is like 1/4 on each side. And when we break it all down and account for stuff, it comes out to be the final door width of, let me check my phone real quick. I actually did, I can probably show you my phone. You can see it. But, so there's a breakdown of stuff if you actually want. So the 2x4s are gonna be 22 by 80.5. And then the final door height will be 82 by 23.5. There, now I have that written down. Final door width and height. But first we're doing the 2x4 frame, and I'll assemble that using some screws that are laying here and glue, and that's not like super important to be sturdy because the sheeting ties it all together, and these things come out like rock solid. It's really cool. Moderately heavy, but really solid. So we're gonna start by cutting some of these 2x4s. I only have one here, the rest are over there, but we'll cut them. I'll take it, and these, everything here, I'm kind of gotta be picky with. It has to be like really close, within a 1/16 for even the framing, because that kind of builds the base for everything else. So, you know, speed square gets put in a corner, you mark it, and then you'd cut along that, and then same thing down. I said this is 80 and 1/2, but I'm making it 3/8 because it kind of grows on the frame. So you pull from the corner 3/8, and the miter back on the other one. All of them will have a miter, and that's measurements all for the long point. So I'll kind of cut them and then lay them here on the ground, and we'll put them together here, and then sheeting will be the next step. But oh, that was dangerously close to my foot. But yeah, we're gonna assemble it first. I'll cut them and then assemble them. Should be pretty quick as long as they stay square, and miters don't even really have to look good. The inside just stays open, unfinished, or you can paint it. But I'm not finishing the inside because it's a shed. So the outside only needs to look pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna cut some 2x4s and then we'll assemble them and move on to the next step. All right, here we are with the frame cut. This is just kind of rough. I'll show you kind of the idea. Keep them close together. These miters actually turned out really well for being framing. And I'm just gonna use 2.5 finish nails to shoot the corners together, and construction adhesive to put in the corners, like so. There we go. Just a little bit of glue goes a long ways, especially when it drips on me. But that's why we have that. I would suggest not stepping on that.
Did I step on it?
You did, but you're fine because that's all dry.
Oh, okay, good.
But from now on, I would suggest not stepping in it.
You know what, Brian? I'm gonna step wherever I want to step in. How about that?
You know what? Go for it. Yeah, like that. That actually looks like really good. So I'm just gonna nail it there. And you know what I did without thinking? I should have drilled holes in this because the idea here was to screw it. So I should have like pre-drilled these holes. But these nails hold it together fine. So we'll just nail the corners together, keeping them as good as possible. They'll be close enough. They'll even out with the screws. We'll adjust them and tweak them. But that way it kind of holds it together so you can screw it and they're not moving on, because you know, one screw pulls against the other. So we have screws, and I need to get a different bit. Dude, this is like beautiful. I wish I could get my trim to look like that. That corner has been my nemesis since the beginning of this. It's been a pain ever since you walked in the studio.
Oh,
Huh?
that's usually what happens. I mean, it becomes a pain when I walk in.
Exactly. There. I always put everything in my own way. Moves along pretty good. All right. Now we go to the other side. Probably gonna do the same thing on this end. Glue it, nail it, screw it, and then we are on I'm gonna put a middle brace in the center, and then we plywood it. I'm not gonna pre-drill them. I'm just gonna glue it. No! Oh no! Why me? The glue. Stupid glue tubes. Keep doing that. There we go. All right, let us nail this corner first. Beautiful. Close enough. That corner actually kinda came out pretty ugly, didn't it? That's fine. I don't care how it looks. It's still God's child. No, I did not just hit the camera. Eee, stop running away. Like the children in my basement. Hit a nail there. We're gonna start with that one. Ah! Still moved. Well, here. We back it out some. I can start this one in, and that one will hold it in place. Hopefully. Pretty close. Good enough. This is not trim carpentry. Although it's not horrible for 2x4s. Could be worse, definitely could be worse. All right, now we're gonna put that middle brace in. Okay, and then I can take it here. Yuck. Yeah. I can take this measurement here, which is 15, and put it in the middle because this could be bigger or smaller. Yeah, see, like that's smaller. These have a little bit of a crown in them going that way. So if we put one in here, it'll spread it out a little bit like that. And make it straight. I'm actually gonna look at it real quick just to make sure there is, yeah, that 1/16 of an inch is in this one. So it'll push it out, and then when we sheet it, it'll all look good. So we're gonna make one 15, maybe a little bit less than 15. I don't wanna push it out too much. Yeah, we'll make it 15. And, oh, what have we here? We can get 15 out of that one. How about that, huh? And it should be hard to get it. Ooh, you know what else we need? We need to mark it. So it was 80 and a half, so it'll be 40 and a quarter to the center. And then we'll go 3/4 either way. So 40, what did I say? 40 and a quarter? 40 and a quarter, and then 3/4 or 1 3/4 off to the side. And then where's my square? Wow, that rocks. There we go. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should double check that too. It's framing. It's gonna be close enough. Let's see, 40 and a quarter. 40 and a light quarter, not bad. And then we'll put that block in. Like I say, it should be tight. Yeah, good. We'll spread it, whack it in there. Come here. Line it up with our marks. Try to flush it up as we go. And we'll drill it and put a screw in here. There we go. They really don't even need to go that much. The sheeting is going to hold it together when I nail it through there. Yeah. Line it up. Sorry. We got 83.5. Actually, that should be spot on. Right on the corner. 3/8. So I have to take it like this in this corner and just kind of rack it a little bit. Doesn't actually really want to move much, so I'm gonna whack it. If it moved a 1/16, we'd be in great condition. Right on the corner. Light half. Let's see, can I get it right on the corner? Yep. And I think we're gonna call that good enough. I think that's gonna be pretty close. That'll work. Good. Now we can cut a piece of sheeting to fit this. And the sheeting is going to be, well, we can go from either side. 80 and we'll go 80 3/8. Come here, you. That's what it was supposed to be. 80 3/8. We'll make it by 22. 22. So 80 3/8 by 22. That's what we're gonna cut our smart side to. Okay, so we have sheeting now. This is that smart side I was talking about. I cut it to what we said, 22 by 80 3/8. It's like textured, it's a plywood, it's like an OSB. And it's only 3/8 thick, but it's got like a veneer over it that's primered, so you can just paint it. It works pretty good for these doors, I like it. I'm just going to glue it on and then shoot it on with 1.5" nails. Pop. So I'll glue it first. Watch yourself. Because the glue is what I'm actually counting on. Meh. Come back here and wiggle through the middle. There. Now, we shouldn't really need that glue anymore. And let's try to center it before I drop it down. There. There. And then I'll come over here, hold this corner tight, just in case. There and there. Let's pop one in there, pop one in there. Come over to the opposite corner. Make sure it's good. There. Pop. Pop. There. Now, let's see if we missed any. Good. Nope. Glue's not oozing out, so that's good. And now it's solid, man. This thing won't go anywhere. I can double check if we're square, but I know that we are because we did it before. Hey, 80.5. That's what it's supposed to be. All right, now I'm gonna cut both of the, okay. Something you didn't see is that I ripped, well, come on now. Give me space, there we go. I ripped this was a 1x4 of that primed stuff I was talking about. I ripped it in half at 1 3/4, and it will go, actually I ripped another one too, and it'll go here, oops, like I was saying in our drawing, it'll go up even with the plywood, and then we'll have a 1x4 across the front. So I'm gonna cut these two at 80.5, and that is the short point to short point. So I'm gonna bevel it and then pull off the short point 80.5, bevel it, and then repeat. So where's my square? All right. I made those and nailed them on because your cameraman was being lazy. Basically, the way that I did it, I actually did not measure them. I just cut one end, held it up, marked it with the pencil on the other end. It makes it easier and more accurate. And then I measured these top ones. And for now, I just put one nail in each end and then one in the middle, because the 1x4s we're gonna put on here might need sucked in or spread, so the less nails in it, the better. For now, we'll nail the 1x4s through into these, and then we'll nail them to the rest of the frame. To hold it up even with the plywood, I took a square here, and I held this like this, held it up to it, and then nailed it. That also makes it more accurate. So I'm just gonna cut 1x4s now. Those, same thing, I'll probably measure them. They should be 82 by 23.5. We're like 82 light. Come here, you. There. Yeah, we're like 82 light for that one. So I'll make it 82 light. 82 light. I'll grab a 1x4 and cut it same way as the others. You'll probably watch me do it. I'll just mark miter on the one end and then pull off 82 light, mark the other end, cut it. They go on pretty quick and easy. So yeah, we're gonna do them. If I bid this job, I'd be making a fuck ton of money, you know that? I'd probably quote them for like 6 to 8 hours and $350 of material. I'd probably be making like a lot of money, because it's only taking me like 2-3 hours a door. I think it took me 4 for the other ones, like 3 for this one, and you know, I'd made an hour plus. If I could take some material back, I'd be making a lot of money. But unfortunately, I'm not. I'm getting paid by the hour.
You do it for free on our show.
Well, yeah, better yet.
All we do is lose money here. We don't make anything.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Luckily, we're not buying these materials, so it's not that big a deal.
That is true.
That is very nice, because these are expensive. These are like $10 a piece.
Seriously?
Yeah, these boards?
Lord.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't messed one of them up yet. Otherwise, that's $10. Yeah, just make the miter on it like that. Come by with the saw. I can get it out of a bevel now. I don't like beveling stuff. I want that depth set. There we go. All right, and then, where's my tape measure? There it is. And then we pull off of here and come 82. Light. Right there. Actually, if I was thinking, I could have gotten 14s. I don't think there's much of a price difference with these though by foot. Usually you save more the bigger you go. But these, I didn't really notice the difference. There's like maybe $1 difference. Not a lot. And I wasn't sure. I thought they'd be 8 foot. Oh, and you know what? They would be. I'm glad I got these. Because they would be too small with 14s for the cross pieces. So I guess I'm happy with what I bought. All right. Now we line it up and see how we're doing. Let's see. I want to be right there on this side. I'm gonna have to adjust this board. But yeah, I want to be right there for length. Not bad, huh? We can split that difference. It's a little bit long. Oh, no, it's not. I need to come this way a little bit. That's not bad, huh? Good. Okay, now we make another one. And this one needs to be 82. All right, where's my square and my pencil? It's behind me. Flip that one up here. Then we'll cut this one. All right. And then we can bring these over here. These are pretty solid doors too, in my opinion. Much better than anything. If you could buy something, I think they're better than whatever you could buy. But I don't even know. I think the only thing you can buy is like a roll-up door. I guess this will be like a bi-swing door. Come on. There we go. Get it out of here. All right, that one might be a little bit long. One lines up better. Yeah, just a touch long. Probably want it right there. I might want to trim it a little bit, otherwise it's gonna be too long. Dang, just a little bit. Maybe like, ha! Just a little bit, little bit. I don't know if I can cut that much off. Now let's see how it lines up. Oh yeah, much better. In fact, I could have taken a little more off, but that's not bad. All right, and then I'm gonna nail these with 1.5" nails. Oh, I don't know if I said, but I nailed these ones on the side with 2.5s, and I'll nail through like that with 2.5s too. But for now, I'm just gonna nail them through this way using 1.5", like this. Dude, that is really nice. I'm really happy with that. That is gonna be the side we're gonna see. I'll take long or short over that any day. That is nice. Okay, we have these cut. The only one we have left to cut is the middle, but before we do the middle, we need to nail the side rails and here. So I'm gonna start with nailing these with 2.5" nails, just by pulling and nailing. Not hard, but just pulling a little bit, and maybe nailing everywhere that there is a nail up here. So there. That's pretty close. Maybe a couple more on the end. We're gonna call that good. Okay, now all these miters came out pretty decent. But for here, there's a little bit of a lip here. This one's high, but it can go way down. Actually, this one's fine. I can just nail that one. Yeah, see, that came out pretty good. Okay, but here, now like this one, it can go down more and still make a lip, so I'll put this under here a little bit and then nail it, and then it comes out great. I should have glued it, but I'm gonna caulk it, so it's fine. Nail this one, and then that one should be fine. Yep, and I can nail out here because that 2x4 is all in here, so I can nail wherever I want. I might do like 1, 1, 1. All right, and then I can go do the miters at the other end. That one, and then this one's high. Nail on it, comes out pretty good. There. Same way for that one. And then I can nail this off since it's already pushed in. I can just nail it in between maybe. And then like every once in a while out there. That'll be fine. And I think I'm gonna make this the hinge side. So maybe what I should do, I'll nail it after I get the hinges on. That'll be fine. And then those are done. Now we just need to do the one in the middle. And the one in the middle, we're just gonna find the center again. It should be 82. So it should be 41. 41. And then 1 3/4 away from there. Same for this side. 41, 1 3/4. And we can verify that it's 41. And 41. And then the bottom of it will go there and there. What is it in between? 16 and a strong half. Staying pretty good. Square to square. 16 and a strong half. And then after we cut it, we can get that in. Come on. There. Maybe I can get it to go. I'm not messing with it. It's gonna be caulked and everything. So now we can just slide it in here like that. It could have been tighter, but that's fine. It's not that bad. Now we can nail it, shim it and nail it. Right about there. That'll be good. That'll be great. Voila. Shim it and nail it. How about that? Over to this side. That side's good right off the bat. How about that, huh? Very nice. Some spackling will take care of that, and then I'll caulk all around here. But before I do that, this side I've decided is going to be my hinge side. So I'm going to come down 4 inches on each side. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't, but you kind of don't need to. Just 4, and then 4 on this side. And then I said the half was 41. So 41 and then 1 3/4 inches. Because the hinges are also 3.5. The hinges are actually behind you here. These are the hinges. There we go. Oops. I usually like to put longer screws in, but I forgot to bid longer screws, so these ones will be fine. Okay, now I need a drill. Where's that drill? Along with a slightly smaller bit. More like that one. Now we can put the hinge on here, like so. Line it up. About like that. Pop it in there. Where's my impact? Behind me. And voila. We have hinges. There. And then they won't rub or squeak. Yeah. I hope so. What?
The hinges are facing correctly on where it open and close, correct?
Right, because the hinges are on this side, and this will screw into the jamb, and then it'll open that way, and the other door opens the other way.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yep. Yeah, thank you, because I already messed up that one. I mean, it's not messed up, but it's not what I wanted. There. Just like that. And they will come off to be spackled, but I'm just putting them on to get the holes in there. And the pin, when you put hinges on, the pin always goes up. And that is up, so. And then I just put the bottom of the hinge on the 4-inch mark, like right there. Elevate it a little bit so that it doesn't squeak. Pop a hole in it. put a screw in. And this should be sufficient. These size hinges are fine because these doors don't go out a lot and they're not that heavy. And the screws that I'm using really should be fine. When I take the hinges off to spackle them, or whoever does, I'll pop a couple nails in next to the hinges. Some of those 2.5s again. That one I actually wanted a little bit further out, but that's okay. Still opens all the way. One more. And then it just needs caulked and then it's done. All right, here we have it. I might spackle it later, I'll give you that. I might spackle it later and that'll get rid of any cracks here. But it's caulked, it is primed. All of these look pretty good. They all feel good. We got the hinges on. This thing's ready to go. Finished is, actually I don't remember, I think it's like 82 by 23.5 or something, but it fits, it'll be good. I think it looks nice. If it was me, I guess I probably should have used slightly thinner boards, but they don't make them. I would have had to rip them, and it's probably because the other doors I've made are bigger in between. This is for a 4-foot door, and usually they're like 5 or 6. So maybe it's just that, but I don't think it looks horrible. So there we are. Yeah, not bad. There it is. I'll spackle it, sand it, hang it later. Not my problem. Yeah. All right. I think it's pretty good. We did a good job. Thank you for your support building this. It took you a lot, but
yeah, they just sit through this video.
I know. Yeah. This is a long video. It's probably gonna be like 45 minutes when it's done. This is gonna be a long video. But yeah, here it is. Pretty easy to build. Very sturdy. I mean, these things are like, they're moderately heavy too. I would say probably close to 45 or 50 pounds. They're moderately heavy. About the equivalent of like a 3-foot solid core door. Let's see. What was it? It was like almost $200 a door, roughly. So not bad, but when you factor in labor, they are more than a roll-up door of the equivalent size, but they look a lot better, and I think they function better. So, shed door. There we go. Thanks for watching. We caulked it. We will spackle it. Spackle, caulk, and paint makes me the carpenter I ain't, and when you don't want to paint it, the paper I make makes me the painter I ain't. Copyrighted Gabe. So, all in that line. Anything's possible, guys. Have a good day. Adios.